This afternoon.
Oh, this afternoon. Okay. I thought you were like talking about like on the show today.
Well, we can talk about that a little bit.
That's what we do the show for.
Oh, okay.
To talk about what's going on today.
Right.
All right, here we go. I'm going to take you off air, Jeff, okay? See you later. He's got fancy headphones on, Mike. Do you see that?
Yeah.
He's got
Why don't you get me some fancy headphones?
Well, you know.
I'm not worth it to you, am I?
Well,
I see where I rank.
As soon as I get them, you'll get them.
Okay. You'd get them for somebody else before you get them for me, wouldn't you?
Some people bring their own in here. So they just plug right in. They go, where do I plug in? Don't you want these? And they're like, no, they're garbage. All right, Mike, here we go.
Yep.
And now for something special. The unit is self-contained with its own saddler, farrier, wheelwright and so on. It's a rigorous training, dished out who know all there is to know about horses, and it brings results.
We take you behind the scenes now to show just some of the interesting aspects of this training.
Welcome back to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine, the award-winning #1 podcast to create sounder horses from the ground up. Mike Stine is a registered journeyman farrier with an APF1 accreditation. On this week's show, the editor from the American Farrier Journal, Jeff Cota, will be joining us, and we're going to be talking about continuing healthcare education, how it benefits horse owners, the importance of horse owner involvement in the hoof care during the winter and year-round, and also what farriers need from their clients and why they are important. All this and much more will be discussed here on Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. In order, my fire sign is Mike Stine. How are you?
I'm doing good, Travis. How are you?
I'm doing good, but you're going to be doing better.
I am?
Yes, because right now, happy birthday to you.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thanks for reminding me.
Hold on, Mike. I got 4 more bars to this song. I've been working on it. Happy birthday, dear. Happy birthday. You look like 1, 2, I think is in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
a few other things in there.
So today's your birthday, Mike.
Yep.
How old are you today?
I am old enough that I'm going to start drawing off the government.
Are you really?
Never drawn a dime off the government.
Well,
I turned 65.
You're 65 today. Mm-hmm. And you want to know something really interesting?
What's that?
Tomorrow is my birthday.
How are you? Are you 65 also?
No, I'm not 65. Minus 15 years. I'm in there.
I saw something pop up. I think it's the donkey's birthday today.
What donkeys? Oh,
Eeyore the donkey from Disney, the Disney stuff.
And I don't know if you believe in like the moon and the stars and the heavens above and all that stuff.
Well, I see stars at night sometimes when it's not cloudy.
And if you hit your head real hard. But we are both Capricorns. And it's very, very rare that Capricorns, 2 Capricorns in a room, because they're very, very stubborn, they're very, very dominating, they're very, very alpha type deal, that you and I get along so well. Now, this is the end of season 14. Season 15 is going to be all hell.
Right.
But 2 Capricorns in the same room.
Like 2 goats, like we're hanging around in your yard when I got here.
Exactly. So I think that's a very unique. I've never met another Capricorn like you, Mike. So happy birthday to you. I hope you have a very joyous day and a celebratory day.
Interesting day. Let's say that.
Well, speaking of interesting day, what else you got going on today? Anything?
Well, this afternoon I will be meeting with one of the vets from Greenock Veterinary Hospital.
For your birthday cake.
For my birthday cake. And we are going to do, I guess you would call a hoof wall ablation. Anyway, the horse has an infection, has had joint problems. The coronary band is shoved over top of the hoof wall, and we're going to relieve the pressure and deal with the infection. I'm going to take care of the hoof part of it.
One thing I will recommend, Mike.
Right. What's that?
Take lots of pictures.
I will try to, but I'm going to have my hands full of stuff, so I'm going to try to get somebody else to, because that never happens. They're like, did you take pictures for me? Oh, I forgot. I was watching. And but yeah, I'm going to ask somebody to do some of that.
Okay.
And
because this is the last show for season 14. We're wrapping up season 14. We do 12 shows on, and then we take a couple weeks off. Mike's got some stuff coming up in January. We're going to talk about that here. Talk about the Hoof Care Summit that he'll be away for. And our next show, season 15, doesn't start until all the way till February 9th.
Right.
So if you're new to the show, now's your chance to go back through all the shows and get caught up. And for every podcast we have a matching video, and you can see all the visuals, like the pictures that I asked Mike to take. He's going to we have those here as we're talking about them here during the show. And Mike, have you figured out a way to post them on your Facebook yet? Because I forgot to do that last week.
I don't know.
All right, I'll show you. Let me write that down so I don't forget.
Yeah, the Hoof Care Summit's coming up. We got Jeff Cota, coming on with us.
Yeah, he'll be on the next break here.
And Jeff, it's amazing he's not bald-headed, prepared for the Hoof Care Summit. But really, farriers should seriously, and they do have some horse owners that go. They do have plenty of veterinarians that go to it. And it's a great educational opportunity, and been a part of my regular thing for a good many years now.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're going to bring on Jeff Cota joining us there in the studio. So if you're not over on YouTube right now, now's your chance to go over there. You can see this in real time as we're talking about him, or talking with him about him.
Let's talk about him.
And you can see the full-length podcast over there on YouTube. Just give him a little subscribe over there, and you can get caught up on all the past videos and podcasts that we've been doing here over the last 4 years now. Almost,
Wow.
Just over 4 years. So stick around. You're listening to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. He'll be right back.
Were you trying to say I was basically an old goat?
No.
We should have.
You wouldn't have known it with, you know what, I could have played along with it, Mike. I go, look, I bought some of your friends. We had our neighbor's goats came over to our property, and Mike's out there shoeing them. I'm like going, they're your people, Mike, old goats. They're all old goats.
That's right. They were trimming Travis's collection of his prize rose bushes is what they were doing.
So, yeah, they were all out there and stuff. So, there you go. Welcome back to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. Don't forget, you could join the podcast. The way you do that is go over to equinedynamics.com. At the very top of the page says join the podcast. And when you get there, it'll open up another screen, and you can see all the past 14 seasons, Mike. 14 seasons of doing the Equine Dynamics show. And coming up just over 4 years now doing the show.
Right.
So, this is the season 12, and we're going to take a couple of weeks off.
This is not season 12.
I'm sorry, season 14. Thank you, Mike, for keeping me on track. We do 12 episodes every season.
Every season, yes.
And this is season 14, and then we're going to take a couple weeks off and come back with season 15 over on February 9th. So now,
right behind the Hoof Care Summit, we're starting back up.
So now's your chance to go over there and get caught up over on YouTube. And over to my far hand side, my very own hoof care professional is Mike Stine. How are you?
I am doing good, Travis. How are you? And welcome to trying to have you back, Jeff. If I get where I can talk.
And joining us this week is editor for the American Farrier Journal, Jeff Cota, is joining us. Thank you very much. And, one of the first things that goes when you get older, Jeff, is the verbal skills, I think.
Able to put a sentence together.
So thank you for joining.
Very much aware of that.
Yeah.
So thank you very much again for joining us. And you got a lot of information. You do your own little podcast. I say little podcast. It's a great podcast. I watched it and listened to it before. So we do appreciate you joining us and taking time away from your daily activities to join us here. So, we have the Hoof Care Summit coming around, and one of the things that you wanted to talk about is continuing education. Now, the Hoof Care Summit is not just it is a fellowship, farriers and vets and everyone all alike, but it is mostly geared for the continuing education of hoof care and hoof care needs. And you're part of running are you part of doing the summit? What is your actual job title when you're working with the Hoof Care Summit?
Well, Jeff has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
Come on.
So tell us
I'm the director.
Okay, you're the director. Okay. So tell us what we're gonna expect this year at the Hoof Care Summit.
Well, we have 70 hours of hoof care education, and that ranges from presentations, lectures, general session lectures where we everybody's in the room. Then we have little small breakouts with classrooms. We also have roundtables, 3 wet labs, and 1 workshop, and it ranges from lectures that involve research that's been peer reviewed and then that appears in well-known research magazines and publications, and then there's also things like what Mike has done in the past, where he gets up and presents what he's doing. For instance, you were talking about the case that you were doing today. That'd be a great case study that we could put up at the summit or do an article in the journal.
I would love to.
Yeah.
Would be. Hopefully, we're successful because this thing is a bit of a mess.
So lots of photos, lots of notes, Mike.
Lots of photos, yes, lots of photos. If you have a videographer too, that would be
Okay.
I think he's leaning towards me, Mike.
Just took a GoPro on your forehead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You could do that. You know, something I bought my wife. I saw it on one of the Facebook feeds.
Well,
or
when
something
I did zoom in and zoom out, I'd have to sit there and do like this.
I got her a little camera that is magnetic, that sticks to her vest and stuff. It's just a small little camera,
Right.
like almost like a little body camera. Instead of having GoPros get kind of heavy, but this is just about the size of maybe I don't know, a little gherkin's pickle or something like that. If you know what a little gherkin's pickle is, it sits on her thing and it videotapes her riding. It's a little bumpy, but you know, that's something maybe you should look into. I think it was like $80 or something like that, but that's something you might want to look into, you know, being upside down under a horse.
Right.
What else? I mean, continuing.
Well, that's the only way I can get good circulation to my brain.
So, Jeff, continuing education. I mean, you said there's 70 credits. That's continuing education credits, right?
It's hours, yeah.
Okay, hours. That's what I meant.
Yeah. It's 70 hours. So, you know, and it starts Tuesday, February 3rd, ends on the 6th. You know, we're jam packed every single day, as Mike can attest.
Oh yeah, a lot of people there.
It's breakneck. We also have the world's largest equine hoof care trade show. We have more than 100 companies that are there. You know, so that ranges everywhere from nutrition to horseshoes and nails and other tools and things like that. It's like a candy store for farriers.
Yeah, it is. It's I'd have figured there was a lot more than 100. It seems like.
Well, there are more than 100 companies, but a lot of them by more than one booth. So,
right.
You know, so that it takes up quite a bit of space.
Now, as you know, Jeff, I'm the simpleton of the show, right? Mike's the professional. We get all, you know, everything I learn from Mike, and I learn from the guests.
He didn't stand a chance.
Very educated guests that are on here on the show. I'm a first time. What would you have to say to a first time person going to the Hoof Care Summit? Because I'm kind of an introvert. I don't want to go out and I don't want to expand anything, but I do want to continue my education as far as hoof care stuff. What's some kind of advice you can give to someone like me just starting out and saying, I don't know anyone there. I don't, you know, how do I get involved? You know, what should I expect my first time there? Because I'll admit, if I go, even when we do live shows here for the podcast, I get a little overwhelmed and I have to go sit in the corner and think about things for a minute.
Yeah, well, it is like drinking from a fire hose when you go. But I will say that the attendees are very welcoming. You will probably be approached to talk. That's just, farriers are like to talk and they like to get to know each other. It's a very it's like a fraternity / sorority. You know, it's a lifestyle, and folks like to connect. I know farriers who are connected on Facebook and they've never met. They just connect on Facebook because they're farriers.
Right.
They learn from each other, you know, and they're very tactile, but they like to talk. They like to share experiences, and that's one of the great things about the summit too. Is, you know, the networking. You're able to talk with people from every
Everywhere.
single state and 20 different countries at the International Hoof Care Summit. And so, you know, there are very few things that are brought up that you haven't seen before, but it's an opportunity to talk about different techniques, different ways of going about handling a situation, because not every single horse, a horse might have something similar, but going about it is differently. It's just like human beings. You know, humans react differently to various things. So same thing with horses. You know, you might have a resection, but you might come across something in a keratoma that you've never come across before in another horse.
Mike, you were going to say something?
No, it is nothing cookie cutter about what we do. And I've learned so much over the years talking to the farriers. I mean, it's a big family reunion. I mean, I see people that's where I see them, and have gotten to know over the years. I mean, it's like that's where I first met Simon Curtis was there, and we've had Simon on here, and
Simon will be talking again this year.
Become good friends with Simon, and it's always a treat, and I can send him a question if I want to, and he'll gladly answer me.
All right, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, we're right in the middle of winter season and how important it is to take care of those horses' feet during this time of year. So stick around. You're listening to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. He'll be right back. Jeff, you doing okay?
Yes. How about you?
I'm doing well. Mike, it's
questionable.
Jury's still out on that one. I have blueberry coffee, Mike.
Oh, you drink the fancy stuff.
No, I just saw it. I go, ooh, I like blueberries. I like coffee. Let's see if they match. Oh, we went to
Starbucks.
Mike, you are busted.
I am for what?
You are busted.
What'd I do this time?
Excuse me one sec, Jeff. This is a good story. So I know you, for the last couple of years, you come in here and you complain about, I got to get coffee, and it's like $6 a coffee. And I'm like, Mike, where are you going to get coffee? I said, Christ, I got a Keurig inside the house. You come by, I'll brew you a pot or cup or whatever, and you can be on your way. Oh, well, Trev, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah.
I go by the local garage.
The local garage is Miss Allie Jewell's place, because myself, my wife, and Brett were there.
Right.
And she's like, yeah, I see Mike in here all the time. Those are gourmet freaking coffees, Mike. I got just the home.
I have not been in that building in 2 years.
I got the home brew, the house brand.
Right.
It was $6. I said, what? No. I said, do I get refills on this? Oh, no. That's God's juice there. I don't know what it is.
I've not walked in there in at least a couple of years.
No. Brett says he saw you there the other day.
Well, Brett's mistaken.
He gets his time wrong. So, no, I was like, really? Mike comes to this place? Because, Jeff, just to let you know, it literally is like a coffee house. There's people in there on laptops. There's people with, like, the Kangos on, and they got Birkenstocks and stuff. And can you imagine
I had
Mike
a meeting with Brett about 5 years ago there.
Mike walking in there with, horse shit on his feet and walking, hey, partner, let me...
I have.
And there's like paintings on the wall that are like for sale. It's just this total, Asheville vibe to it. So,
and I fit right in.
Yeah, he fits right in. Like a sore thumb, I guess. All right, when we come back, the importance of horse owners getting involved with the hoof care this winter. Ready?
Yep.
Here we go. Welcome back to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. Don't forget, you can follow him over on Facebook, and the way you do that is go to equinedynamics.com. No. You're not going to equinedynamics.com. You're going over to Facebook. You're going to follow him over on Facebook. You can go to equinedynamics.com too if you want. But follow him on Facebook, because what he does is he posts a lot of different pictures, which I'm going to show him how to do today. Because normally he goes through his websites or his Facebook feed and grabs articles and stuff from other people and says, hey, this would be interesting to our viewers and our listeners. And he reposts them up there. So Mike's kind of vetted these articles and everything. But what he's missing, in my opinion, is actual
I'm missing a lot of stuff.
Well, one of the things that he's missing is him posting pictures of his actual work that he's doing, on horses' feet and kind of talking about them a little bit. So that just gives you one more extension of
most of the time I don't want to see it again.
Of the Equine Dynamics show. So make sure you follow him over on Facebook. Search Equine Dynamics Mike Stine. He's got 2 pages. He's got a business and a personal. If he posts on one, he'll post on the other. So go over there as well. And over on my far end side, my very own social media guru is Mike Stine. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you, Travis?
I'm doing well. And joining us this week on the show, joining us again this week on the show, is Jeff Cota, editor of the American Farrier Journal. Thank you very much for joining us this week.
Thank you for having me.
I know your plate is completely full with being the director of the Hoof Care Summit. Where's the Hoof Care Summit? Does it switch every year, or is it just the same place every year?
Well, it recently has been hopscotching a bit. This year it's going to be in Covington, Kentucky, which is right across the river from Cincinnati, where we have had the summit for like 21 years.
So the same area. So if you travel to one, there's no problem of traveling to the other one. Okay.
And last year it was what was it, Kansas City?
Yes, sir.
And it was nice and toasty and warm.
So now we're getting into the winter months. Our grass out there isn't growing, but learning from past guests that we've had on the show, just because the grass isn't growing, the nutrients and stuff are still there. So we've been like kind of throwing a little bit of hay out there for the horses. So you need to make sure that you're caring for your horse's feet during the winter time. So Jeff, during this time, what do we need to be looking for as far as, caring for the horse's feet during the winter time?
It depends on what part of the country you live in. In Mike's neck of the woods, it's a little wet, more likely, and soupy. So cleaning the feet out, keeping an eye out for thrush. That you're going to have potential for thrush throughout the winter and into the spring until things start to heat up and dry up. In the north, you're going to deal with snowballs,
bruised feet,
frozen ground, because you're going to have bruised feet from the frozen ground. You're still going to have to deal with thrush because it's wet. So making sure that you're picking the feet out, check for snowballs if you're in the north.
When you say snowballs, you're not talking about the ones that the kids are throwing at the horses or anything like that. What do you define a snowball for me? Born and raised in Orlando, Florida. What is a snowball when you're talking about horses?
What happens is the snow packs just like a snowball, and then you have a horse's hoof that's sitting. I'm trying to get my
there it is. Yep.
And you're just rocking back and forth.
It is literally forms a ball in the bottom of their foot, and it has their hoof up off the ground.
Yeah, and sometimes they can't move. If they have them on all 4 feet, or sometimes even the front feet, they can't move. So it just depends on the situation. But so talk with your farrier about how to avoid those. Most of them have already have started doing that. But if you're because what they'll put is the rim pads on with the shoes. If you have shoes, if you're barefoot, that's a whole other ball of wax. You gotta be much more involved with the horse and its feet to make sure that they don't have snowballs created underneath their feet.
Yeah, I had somebody told me one time spray the bottom of their feet with Pam, and that would take care of it. But I got no idea.
Would that work? Would that work?
I mean, some people do that. It doesn't last very long.
I was going to say, how long does that last?
Until you're done cooking.
But what about like a silicone or like a WD-40? Because WD is water displacement. That's what the WD stands for. Now it might last a little bit longer, but I'd worry that it would do something to the horse's, that the structure of the wall.
Yeah, well, in the sole. I mean, everything. The hoof will soak up whatever you put on it. So you have to be careful with that. There's not a lot of good applications for that other than making sure that the horse owners are out there and picking the feet out.
And snowball pads. But then you got the problem with the moisture under the snowball pads.
Right, and then now you're introducing the environment for thrush.
One of the things that my wife just started recently doing, and it makes sense to me because you do something so long you don't know that you're doing it wrong or there's another way of doing it type deal. So because, like I said, the grass has gone down here this time of year here in North Carolina. Now we don't get as much snow, and we're just outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, a little town called Marshall. So we don't get as much snow. We might get 2 days of snow and that's it.
We'll get more than they did in Florida.
This is true. But we do get like this misty rain. And yes, you're correct, Jeff. This area does stay a little more damper in the wintertime than it does during the summertime. My wife has been, normally she'll say, okay, throw hay for the horses. And I'll go out there and I'll throw a flick of hay, just one there, one for every horse. And they just kind of pick at it and eat at it. What she's had me do and what she's been doing as well is she's breaking them up and putting like a clump here, walking 15 feet, putting another clump here, walking another 15 feet. And so she's, divvying all these things out. And I said, why are you doing that? She goes, because if a horse just sits there and he eats in one place, he'll sit there all day long till every blade of hay, a stroke of grass is gone from that spot before it even moves. He might be there, or the horse might be there for hours doing that. So when you break it up like this, I said, well, we've had these horses on our property for 12 years. We're just doing it now? She's like, no, I knew about it, but now I know the importance of doing it. And so I've kind of adapted that in my whole, morning routines as far as feeding the horses in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, the thing too is that, as you own horses, you learn more and more. You can't be expected to know it all, and and then they're time consuming.
Right.
Yes, they are.
It's a real commitment, and on top of that, now you have the cost of having horses, and I believe I saw something where the cost of having one horse is like putting a child through college.
I agree. I don't have any children, but I would assume that would be.
But you've got 3 horses.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got 3 kids, yeah. 3 horses that I'm putting through college. One is going to grad med school or something. That's how much that one's costing. So
you're not getting any financial
no Pell grants, no nothing. I'm not getting anything. All right, we're gonna take a quick little break, and when we come back, we need to know what the farrier needs from the client and why this is very important. So stick around. You're listening to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. He'll be right back. Doing okay, Jeff?
Yeah. Doing great. Thank you.
It is that time.
It is that time. My wife got me this cup here. I don't know if you can see it. If you could read it.
Yeah.
So I got to make sure that I don't drink it on the air during the shows.
Yeah, right.
Look at this guy. All right, you ready? Here we go. Welcome back to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. Don't forget, you can email Mike Stine at any time. If you don't want to go live on the air with us, that's fine. You can email Mike Stine any questions that you may have. Make sure you put a physical return address in there, and we'll send you out some swag, some stickers, some magnets, some keychains, all that stuff. I don't know if we have any buttons anymore, but we'll
I don't
find.
think we've got buttons anymore.
Well,
we're buttonless.
Well, it's 2026 now, and we're wrapping up season 14, so we'll re-up on all our new swag and stuff. But get your message and your emails over to Mike Stine right now. Go to equinedynamics.com. At the very top of the page says Contact Us. Fill out that form. Put your physical return address as well, and we'll mail you out some stuff, and we'll answer your question live on the air with us. We come back for season 15 on February 9th. And then we're running full steam, another 12 shows. So get your questions in now and get caught up on all the other past episodes. You got a couple weeks to do that now. And over to my far inside, my very own birthday boy is Mike Stine. How are you?
I am doing good, Travis. How are you? And thank you for being with us, Jeff.
Thank you. Happy birthday, Mike.
And joining us this week,
thank you.
Joining us again this week is editor from the American Farrier Journal, Jeff Cota. Now, we could say this all day long, and this is simple. This is just a simple question. What does the farrier need from the clients, from the owner, and why is this important? You would think that would be the most common. That's a given. What he needs is my horse, and make sure my horse is on the cross ties at the time that he's going to be there. That's all he needs, right? That's all the farrier needs. I'm going to go inside, watch Golden Girls or whatever, and each episode's 21 minutes. It takes Mike 40 minutes to do a horse with shoes and everything.
And if you're going to go watch Golden Girls while I'm doing your horse, I'm charging you double.
So the question, a very simple question, but it's got a very, very deep reason behind the question, is what do farriers need from their clients, Jeff?
First off, well, every farrier is different. They like different things, but in general, they want a horse that's ready to go. It's available. A lot of them prefer that they don't have to go get them. There are safety reasons behind that. There are also liability issues involved with that. They want the horse to be clean and dry, no hoof polish. Make sure that the hooves are as dry as possible. That's not always possible.
No,
especially when it's during the winter. Well mannered. Make sure that the horse is well mannered. It's not energized. Maybe lunge it before it comes in. Make sure that you're not feeding it while the farrier is there. They get a little antsy when that happens. The farriers in general like to trim and shoe the horses inside on a flat, clean surface. The flat surface is so that they can see the angles, so that make sure that the conformation they can see the conformation correctly. Well lighted, so they can obviously see. And it kind of broad is a safe environment. And that can mean many things. It can mean that there's nothing, you don't have muck buckets nearby. There aren't any of those plastic tubs that we all like to store our stuff in. Make sure the horse and the farrier have a place to maneuver in case something happens. You don't want the farrier to back into a rake or a broom or something like that. And I'm sure Mike has some areas that he prefers that I haven't mentioned.
Well, here's just my perspective of that. When you say like mop buckets or muck buckets laying around and rakes and stuff, a good barn care itself, housekeeping, is a reflection, in my opinion, of how you actually perceive your horse as well. If you're not taking care of your home, then how is your horse, benefiting from this?
Right. Absolutely. And it's nice to have that broom nearby so that Mike can sweep up the shavings and whatnot, the clippings and whatnot.
Sweep? What are you talking about?
Oh, hold on, Joe. Hold on. Oh, that one hurt. Oh, God. That one hurt. Because you know what? That's one of the first questions when we started this show 4 years ago. I said, Mike, does anyone ever ask you to sweep up your shavings? He goes, no. And I go, so you're telling me I'm paying you all this money and I got to go up there and clean up your mess?
Yes, you do. I'm giving you the benefit of it.
Well, some guys, some do like it so that they can make sure that the horse isn't standing on it.
Right. But you do need to clean out from under the horse, and that's part of why I keep that stick magnet for getting the nails out and all that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And the other thing too is, I can't tell you how many farriers have to end up chasing payment from clients.
Yeah, that doesn't keep me or very, very long.
Yeah, right. So you want to make sure that you're paying at a reasonable time. The farrier usually has something worked out, but the sooner the better. I think is what most prefer. But the most important part is the safety, not just for the farrier, it's for the horse and if there's a holder involved, whoever's in the barn, if it's in a boarding barn, things like that. It's for the safety of everybody, because a dog comes through or a cat. Or
your neighbor's goats.
Yeah, neighbor's goats. Mike, you were going to say something?
Yeah. He was talking about the payment. I had you always got your favorite phone calls, and I always I want to talk to the person, but I had somebody call me, I'm thinking back, probably last spring, give or take, and they really wanted me to come out and do one hoof on the horse because that's the one that needed it. And I said, well, yeah, I don't think so. And then they wanted to know if they could finance what I did and they could pay me like $10 a week. And then they're like, but I can't find a farrier anywhere.
That's probably why. Now, something I think is coming down the pike. In general, I think the government, and I might be wrong, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they're trying to do away with paper checks altogether. Whether it's personal, whether it's a payment like a W-2 or something like that. Now, Mike, being the old man that he is actually is up to date. He can't post anything on Facebook. He can't do anything to save his life on the phone.
People can pay me.
But people can pay him through Zelle or one of those over the phone app things. Yeah, but I don't think he physically has to do anything. I think it's already set up for him, and people it just pays and it goes right.
If I had to do something, it'd be a problem.
But I mean, that's something to think about as far as. I think that's coming down the pipe. It's not going to happen like this year or something like that, but I think that they're trying to get away from personal checks now, just in general. Like banks aren't going to assign them anymore. I don't know how that's going to work in the long run, but it's out there. It's floating around out there.
Yeah, I have owners that live in other parts of the country that have horses down here with trainers, and they, years ago trainers would finance the shoeing. Now they don't, but now the owners pay me direct through an electronic payment.
And some boarding barns take care of that as well.
Right.
But then there are some that have the horse owners do it directly. So it just depends on the situation. And a lot of farriers, they do have Venmo, PayPal, Zell. Some even carry Square, something like that.
Right.
Little thing to slide the card through. Back on the original question, what do farriers need from clients, Mike? Did we miss anything that you would like to see?
Yes.
Of course you do.
Of course. Yes. Good feedback on what's going on with their horse. If something's going on when they come in, please bring it up. I mean, we try to cover everything we can, but if something was going on a week or two ago and the horse isn't presenting any kind of weird movement pattern or anything at that point, it's nice to know. And the trainers, your trainer, your vet, and all that, I want them to communicate directly with me because things get so twisted up sometimes.
So if I'm an owner and a vet comes to me and goes, well, just tell your farrier this, I'll be like, no. You tell my farrier. I'm not going to tell them. And I'm not pulling the I'm the owner card, but that information needs to go directly to the guy that needs that information. I don't need that information. I'd like to have it.
You need to know.
I need to know, but I don't need to convey that over to, because I'm going to mess it up. If a farrier or a vet comes up to me and goes, well, his terminal sex Vortex 9 is in the wrong position. Can you tell your farrier to fix the condylatic stem recell?
And if you get x-rays...
I'll mess that all up.
If you get x-ray shot, put them in front of the farrier where they can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and staying on a schedule, too. Whoop, my light went off.
Whoa, all right.
My lights automatically... they go off if I don't move. Yeah, being on a schedule too is really important.
Right.
Most farriers will insist on it, but particularly some of the younger ones, are a little reticent to push too hard because they want to make sure that that they can keep you as a client. But and that's not to get more money out of the horse client.
No.
It's about safety for the horse. The longer you go, the more the toe grows out and whatnot. You're going to create leverage. You're going to have all kinds of alignment issues. So being on a consistent schedule, and when I say consistent, I'm not saying when the horse needs it every 8 months or something like that. We're talking 4 to 6 weeks.
Right.
And there are peer-reviewed research studies that suggest or prove that the longer you go, the more detrimental it is to the horse, and and you might be spending more on your farrier, but you'll be spending less on the vet bills, and you don't want to spending more on the
vet costs more than we do.
Vet bills are more expensive.
And I'll tell you, the longer I've done this, the further out I book stuff, and part of the deal with pre-booking is organizing where you're not running from this county to this county to this county to get things done. And it part of your operating expense, keeping it under control and managing stuff to a point you're not constantly chasing problems.
And when Mike is doing that, it's also keeping your bill down because now he's not putting more fuel in his truck, mileage on his vehicle, that sort of thing. And
Mike's still old school. He's got one of those at a glance books, and he's spiral
I can
book.
find stuff in there faster than people can in their phones
writing
most of the time.
Writing it down. Sometimes that chicken scratch, I'm like going, you can read that? He goes, yeah, when it comes around to it, I have to. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, we're going to take a quick little break, and when we come back, one more little segment, and we'll wrap up the show and let you go back to playing with your ponies. You're listening to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. He'll be right back. You okay over there, Mike? We'll take a little sip.
I noticed you grabbed that while we were on air, but you kept it hidden very well.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. I got to keep that, a little hidden. I'm like, got to rotate the cup a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. They can see the first and last letter, but nothing else.
Oh, what is that chicken saying?
That's like after you talk to a customer, you probably should hang up the phone before you start muttering about what you really think.
Frickin'. My phone would go off all day long.
Yeah.
All right. Come back. What did we learn? Wrap it up.
What did we learn?
Okay. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go. Welcome back to Equine Dynamics with Mike Stine. If you've enjoyed the podcast and you like this podcast to perform out at your clinic, your location, at your Hoof Care Summit, Feel free to reach out to us at any time. Go to equinedynamics.com. At the very top of the page says clinics. Fill that little form out there, and we'll pencil you in. We can do this podcast and bring it straight to your location. We can set up the microphones. We can talk to the people. We got our own booth. We got our own tent. We got all that stuff. We can do this live and play a little music at the same time. Mike, what?
And at this point, you can still register to go to the Hoof Care Summit.
Okay, we'll get into that here in just one sec. So make sure you fill out that little form, and the podcast can perform out at your clinic, your location. Your what's coming up next? Valentine's Day party. We'll do that one as well. Sure,
right.
Why not? Bar mitzvahs, homecoming, all that stuff. We'll do that. Just fill out that little form. And over
Wedding
to
reception.
wedding reception. And over to my far hand side, just turned 65 today is our very own birthday boy, Mike Stine. How are you?
I'm old.
I'm
very old.
Am I the first one to say happy birthday to you today?
I was told early this morning, shut up and get out of my way. But
Okay.
other than that,
Well,
yeah,
that could be happy birthday in a loving way or something.
Yeah.
So, and joining us here from the American Farrier Journal editor, Jeff Cota. Thank you very much again for joining us and wrapping up season 14, episode 12, going out with a bang with having Jeff here on the show. So we appreciate him very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So, Mike, what did we learn today?
What did we learn today?
Talking with Jeff Cota and continuing hoof care education and how it benefits the horse owners. Jeff?
Yeah, the continuing education builds knowledge for the farrier, and whether that's through going to the International Hoof Care Summit or any other conference or there are contests that farriers go to. All of this stuff helps
Skill building, knowledge building,
toolbox. And the more that they learn, the better your horse is going to perform and keep you out of the getting vet bills.
Right.
Mike?
Yeah, I will say, and from my own experience, I've gone through spells where I was a little burnt out and I didn't keep up with the education like I should have. And you're doing one of two things. You're either moving forward and improving, or you're going backwards. And there's no in between. There's no I'm sitting at the same place.
And also the importance of the horse owner involvement in hoof care during the winter months, which is now, and also year round. Jeff?
Yeah, it's really important that that the horse owners get involved with their horses, and many of you are, but there are things with the hooves that a lot of times horse owners don't think about. Whether if you're in the north, it's snowballs. Pick up the feet. Sometimes the horse is lame. Pick up the foot, pick it out, find out what's going on with it, and then call your farrier or the vet, depending on the situation. There's sometimes, I've had, I can't tell you how many photos I have that farriers has sent me. Their clients have said, my horse is lame. Can you come take a look at it? Well, have you picked up the foot? Oh, absolutely. And then I just don't know what it is. So the farrier gets out there and they pick up the foot, and there's a big rock that's stuck between the two branches of the horseshoe. Mm-hmm. It's nature's frog support, but it's not comfortable for the horse. Pick it up. Get a little involved with the horse. Help your horse out.
Go ahead, Mike.
Right. It is a very much team approach, and the whole team has to be involved because the owner is there day to day. I'm there when I've got appointments or they call on me for something. And as far as the natural frog support, there's a shoe hanging up over in our local supply shop where it wedged a pretty good sized rock in there. And he said the farrier said the owner didn't know it. He eased the shoe off, left the rock in, it's hanging on the wall in our local Pierce Farrier supply.
And one thing that we said earlier that we don't recommend, this is like hearsay and folklore, as far as spraying PAM and WD-40 on your horse's feet. That was just something that, it's folklore. We don't recommend it. That take it upon yourself, grain of salt type deal.
When I was a kid, my uncle said paint them with used motor oil. And we did.
So there's a lot of home remedies out there, but so each to his own on that. And also, what does a farrier need from its clients and why this is important and they are important? Jeff?
Clean, safe environment, making sure that the horse is ready so that the farrier doesn't have to go catch the horse. Flat surface so that the farrier can make sure that the angles are correct and they can analyze it analyze it well. And of course, a well-lit area is a must.
Mike?
Right. Yeah, need a safe area for the farrier and the horse.
Yep.
And also you said about communication, Mike.
Communication, we got, it's a team approach. We all got to communicate. And Farrier Day is not the day to deal with behavior problems.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Jeff, how can our listeners find you and get a hold of you if they have any more questions about you, the American Farriers Journal, or the International Hoof Care Summit coming up?
You can go to AmericanFarriers.com. You can also go to the International Hoof Care Summit website, IHCS2026.com. We also have American Farriers Journal and the Summit on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on YouTube. You can follow me on Facebook, Jeff Cota, COTA. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Almost not every single social media, because I'm not on Twitch or TikTok or anything like that, but most of the more popular ones I'm on.
Now, is there a pricing level for the Hoof Care Summit as far as if you're going to be there, or is it too late to sign up? Or if you're a vendor, can you still sign up, or want to be a vendor, you can sign up?
Absolutely. You can go onto IHCS2026.com. There are various levels of registration, 1, 2, 3, and 4 days. There are also trade show only passes that you can buy. All that's right on our website. And if you're interested in being an exhibitor at the trade show, you can jump on there too. And there are telephone numbers and email addresses you can reach out, and we'll make sure we take care of you.
Right. And for myself, I can cover the further ed credits I need for the year at the Hoof Care Summit. And also veterinarians, as I understand, can also get further ed credits, correct?
That's correct, yeah. International Association of Professional Farriers have approved us for 27 credits, which will take care of the entire requirements for 2026. We're applying for race credits for vets and vet techs. And we've received them in the past, so we don't see any problem getting them again this year. And so those are the national race credits for continuing education too. So you won't have to necessarily apply for the various states. That one will take care of the reciprocity on that. It takes care of nationwide.
Right.
All right, Mike, you have anything else?
No, it'll be good to see you here in a few weeks, and good catch up with a lot of friends, and see the newest studies and the newest things that have been innovated, and try to learn from everybody.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, on behalf of Mike Stine, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for listening to us, downloading us. Make sure you go over to our YouTube channel, and you can see the full-length podcast over on YouTube. Search Equine Dynamics Mike Stine. Make sure you follow him over on Facebook. And if you have any questions for Mike Stine, go to equinedynamics.com. At the top of the page says contact us. Fill out the little form, and we'll mail you out some swag and stuff. On behalf of Mike Stine over there,
enjoy your ponies. Have a good day. And thank you again, Jeff, as always.
And joining us all the way, the editor from the American Farriers Journal and director of the International Hoof Care Summit 2026 is Jeff Cota. Thank you very much for joining us.
He hadn't got much to do.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
On behalf of, and my name is Travis, saying see you next week. I forgot my call sign off. Sorry.
All of your work is done.
Great show to end up the 14, season 14.
And
Travis, you keep giving me a bad time. I'm not going to talk to you until next time I talk to you.
Someone.
Good job, Jeff. It's fun having you on the show, because you're very informative and you're also entertaining at the same time.